Finally, your effigy detonates. The dark sky is filled with bangs and whistles in 1,000 colors. Happy 4th of July, everyone!
You see the next sentence, sir.
The surrounding buildings look distinctly flammable. Oh, this should be interesting. Today we're playing King of the Castle. This should be interesting.
Share your screen.
So, I've got Amalthea, Winter, and Soleanthia in here with me. There are going to be 3 regions to my kingdom. Winter and Soleanthia will be attempting to lead separate regions against me, while the rest of you will all be voting to basically get things that benefit your region and weaken my kingdom so that you can supplant me as ruler. Do I know how this will end? No! Do I know how all the entirety of the game works? No! But we're all going to find out together, aren't we? Oh my goodness. Okay, so first I have to pick which 3 regions are going to be in my empire. We have the barons, who are brash rural lords famous for their belligerence and fondness for hunting. Huzzah! We have the chiefs, the honorable warriors renowned for their pagan religion and prowess in combat. The counts are ruthless aristocrats steeped in secrecy.
I feel like
allegations
it
of
is my
forbidden
duty
rituals are
as Lady of the Winter to go to the north. So I will be
sense.
one of the chiefs of the north.
All right. Hopefully you actually. There's no way for you to choose which region you go into, so hopefully you actually get this. The Grandees are impassioned duelists, known for their strict adherence to honor, etiquette, and the 9th god. That's not at all what I imagined when I made my character for that. And the Patricians are wealthy seafaring merchants, noted for their cleverness, skill in negotiation, and ornate masks.
I would like the chance to be purple.
The chance to be purple. We want to be the counts. Definitely not vampires. Definitely not vampires.
Totally not.
Totally not. Yeah, no.
I had no idea about this when making the character, by the way.
No problem, Psyduck. No problem. I'll tell you what. I'll roll for the last one randomly.
Just 1, 2, or 3.
1, 2, or 3. 2. The Grandees. Okay. Noble duelists.
But how do
God, I am the king. Don't like it. Try to do something.
how do
Okay, like this. Your nobles may now join via Twitch chat with !join followed by pronoun, as such as join she, join he. Hey, you guys got into the ones you wanted. That's nice. Or join they. Cinevestrosa, welcome.
I think if you just do join, it'll default to they.
What?
maybe you should have
Interesting.
opened up all of the regions for people who want to join?
No. So
That's
they
not how this
divide
works.
into people will automatically be divided into those factions.
Okay,
Think of it like a sorting hat.
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of 4, only 3.
And as for only using these 3, I can only pick 3. But yes, I am King Caz of the Casual Dynasty. And I shall be a wise, just, and compassionate ruler.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yes, so the way this works, I have had some little, I watched an hour gameplay of this, and it lasted longer than that, so I don't know how this finishes. But the way it seems to work is that all the nobles will get the chance to vote on certain passings of law that I will be enacting, and the laws that are enacted will alter my kingdom's stats, whereas each individual region will have their own stats, and each individual lord will have their own wealth. Just to clarify, anyone apparently can join in now that the game is about to begin. Here we go! Alright, King of the Castle Primer. Monarch winning. Acquire an heir, then complete your ambition to win. Your first reign will likely end in disaster. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Monarch schemes. Keep an eye on the region's schemes. If they pass all their stages, they'll win the game. Monarch Defiance. Be careful of the region's Defiance stat. If it gets too high, the regions may rebel against you. Nobles Winning. To win, pass all 3 stages of your scheme. Each stage requires you to get stats to certain levels, which are affected in votes. Nobles Voting. When you vote, how you vote is up to you, for your region's scheme to stop other schemes or for the good of the kingdom. Nobles Rebellions. If your defiance stat is high enough, you can rebel. This pauses your scheme and is risky, especially if you have low military. Interesting. Each season, you'll get 3 events to play. Click on one to get started. Okay, so as we start, I have 5 authority, 5 stability, and 3,000 treasury. The chiefs have 3 trade, 3 farming, 7 military, 0 faith, and 1 defiance. Counts and grandees, blah, blah, blah. If you look at the noble list, each noble has 1,000 gold. Alright. This is my kingdom. It is magnificent. The path to victory. Heir and ambition. The monarch must acquire an heir and complete their ambition to win the game. A spouse is useful, but not necessary. Complete your ambition before a scheme or rebellion usurps you, or before you lose all authority or treasury or stability. The monarch. This is your monarch, the streamer's character. They'll appear in most stories, but not all. Kingdom stats. These are the kingdom stats. If any of them are 0 at the start of a season, the game will end. Region stats. These are the region stats. Stats determine which events are generated. If defiance is higher than both authority and stability, a region can trigger a rebellion. This will pause their scheme and is risky if military is low. So, at this moment, your defiance needs to be 11, because my stability and authority to combined are 10. Noble list. You can scroll. Yeah, okay. Got it. Your Majesty, the first few years of your reign are the most difficult. You're new and unproven. The nobles of the court will scheme against you, hoping to kick you off the throne and put their own puppet claimant in your place. Oh no! Oh no.
Oh no.
You would pick that one.
To defeat their schemes, you must secure an heir and prove that you are worthy of the crown by completing an ambition. My question is this. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? Ooh.
Ooh, so you have your own goal.
Oh. As a peacekeeper.
I knew you were going to select that one.
An admirable aim. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's stability as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Oh, and thus my coronation begins.
This is the fun part. We get to vote on how he's coronated.
Would anybody in chat right now, in my open voice chat, like to play the Chancellor? Your Majesty,
It looks nice.
I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. Shouldn't I be giving the orders now? Of course, Your Majesty. But to delay any longer would make the nobles restless. And when nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest back. I'll just make sure there are other backs closer than mine. They wouldn't dare! You should pay more attention to your history books, Your Majesty. The nobles are always plotting something. You guys aren't trying anything, are you?
Sounds like King Caz is fucking around to find out.
Right?
As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. But it's my coronation! This isn't an absolute monarchy, Your Majesty. Everything has to be run past a council vote, even this. Shall we call the nobles in? Alright, certain choices will change stats. Some choices that do so will indicate this change here. Stability increase, treasury decrease by an amount. Choices and stats. Not all choices that change stats have these indicators, and they do not show the region affected. Ooh, okay. These are the upcoming choices your nobles will vote on. Each of these may change stats in some way. The monarch can change how a vote is run with a law. You may use one law per vote. Try using your veto on one option you dislike. Oh, I can use a law per vote. Okay. When the vote opens, nobles vote using the command !vote followed by the choice letter. Example, !vote with a space A.
So we're all going to toss him into the river, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're all going to do that, right? Right?
The monarch may close the vote at any time after all nobles have voted, or the timer hits 0. So our options are host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine, which will decrease the treasury by 1,000 but will up my stability. Force the commoners to swear a blood oath, which will increase authority but lower stability. Throw the king into the river, which will increase stability but lower authority. And the nobles must put on a vast banquet for the king, which will increase farming for someone, perhaps everybody, and decrease my wealth by 9,000.
How do we see what our goals are?
You
We
900, excuse me. You haven't selected your schemes
Oh,
yet.
okay.
I'm going to veto. I'm going to select choice. I'm going to veto the blood oath. I do not want that to be an option. Start
See,
the vote.
because his objective is to increase stability. So he vetoed the one that lowers stability.
Right. !vote. Go ahead, y'all. Y'all come back now, you hear? Oh, I
Since
should
we
point
don't
one
have
thing
a
out.
goal at right now. This is. Oh, go ahead.
This coin symbol will lower my treasury. The money bag symbol with coins lowers individual noble wealth. See the difference?
Yes.
All right. All right. So it looks like throw the king into the river.
We're having fun.
He's just really does. All right, continue. This shows which stat has been changed and how much by. Jesus Christ!
Hi, Muff.
He knows how to make an entrance. What up, Muff? Vote to summon Godzilla. Join in if you want to be a noble, my man. !join, space, he, she, or they, depending on your preferred pronoun. Alright. You miss being here? It's good having you back. That also lowers his authority by scaring the shit out of him. I wonder who Muff joined in as. Ah, he's a chief!
Welcome
Oh, you
to
can see
the
your
best
characters.
team.
Nice. It is decided the king shall be thrown into the river. What kind of coronation is that? Oh, a very traditional ceremony dating back to Queen Alma the Wise. It's meant to represent you being reborn as a true king. The nobles pick you up and carry you out to the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallow water with a cheer. When you climb back up the banks, soaking wet, the Chancellor steps forward and replaces the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination, or some of the nobles' stifling giggles? What stifling? I clearly heard them laughing. Council introductions. I think these are the same throughout every playthrough, so... But then it opens up. Now that you're the king, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Your nobles hail from all across the kingdom, the wintry north, the desolate east, and of course the scorching south. These all sound terrible. Alright, let's do Chiefs of the North. There's Muff.
Chief McMuff.
Good luck in the days ahead, your majesty. You'll need it dealing with us lot. Alright, introduce myself to the Counts of the East. There's Drakenvale. An honor to finally make your acquaintance, your grace. May you escape the doom that befell your predecessor. Introduce yourself to the Grandees of the South. Psyduck!
Yay!
Yay, duck. Duck, yay, duck, faith. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue with each other and demand your favor. You sigh
What
and...
about the rest of us?
What?
We show up.
Winter and I made our characters.
You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. End season. Now that you've played all events, advance the game by clicking End season. End season. Schemes. Each region will now vote for one of 3 randomly selected schemes. Schemes are made up of 3 stages with specific stat requirements. Passing all 3 scheme stages places the region's claimant on the throne, winning the game. Sven of the Ripper 78904 clan, legendary northern troublemaker, stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, droning as if in a trance. Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter King Caz. How did we make that happen? All right,
clan.
Chiefs of the North, vote. Vote for your preferred scheme.
Oh, but you have to vote. It's not the very secret if you have to vote in chat.
Yeah, it's not going to be a secret.
It's not a secret vote. Let's see. Subterfuge, lower stability. Stability seems like one of those harder ones to lower. I'm gonna vote C.
Can people still vote? Yeah, okay, they can still vote. Good. And congratulations, Hound, you are a member of the Counts.
Hey!
Yeah, definitely not vampires.
Definitely not vampires.
Totally not.
All right, here we go. Continue. Voting has closed.
It's not our turn to vote yet, Hound. We're purple.
Okay, so their goal is to raise my authority. Thank you. The chiefs plan to realize an ancient northern prophecy. Before the new king arises, the kingdom will be ruled by a mad tyrant. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must raise authority to 5 or more in 2 seasons.
Doesn't seem that difficult to me.
You think I'm a tyrant? Violetta of the Soleanthia Dynasty, notorious reformed cultist, leans delicately on the podium, speaking in a melodious voice.
Who's this?
Violetta of the Soleanthia Dynasty.
So the ones that we're speaking are the ones that will be the new monarch should that team succeed.
My fellow counts, in ancient times the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false King Caz wears the crown. All right, Counts of the East, vote! Will you perform a blood ritual, ascension, or possession? Totally not vampires.
I feel like our farming's already strong.
It is pretty strong, but you do have to compete with the
grandees.
The grandees, which are only one behind you. But you only have to have the highest, so if there's never raise.
I think farming.
Go for it then.
Besides, it's blood.
It's not blood. Give me your blood.
Now that the blood cultist is gone.
Praise Atua!
Your goal is to have the highest farming, apparently. The Counts plan to summon an ancient famine demon that will devastate all other regions, paving a clear path to the throne. First, they must ensure the East can withstand a famine. To advance their scheme, the Counts must be the region with the highest farming in 4 seasons. Well, see, now, this checkmark shows that you guys have already achieved it. You just have to keep it by the end of the 4th season. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, you guys still have to raise my authority. Xavier of the Sinavastrosa lineage, well-known southern prodigy, stands bathed in sunshine, ranting in a fury. The false pretender occupies the throne, while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South, this is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered.
Blood can look like pizza sauce, you're not wrong.
Intimidation, fervor, or excommunication.
Oh, so yellow team, if you wanted to contest or fight with the Counts, B would be your choice.
You better benefit us or we will throw you to the river again. Well, oh shit! Farming competition installed. Oh boy.
Woohoo.
Okay.
The Grandee claimant Xavier has been chosen by the ninth god to be the next king. He has promised the first miracle. Vote for all. To advance their scheme, the Grandees must raise their farming to 5 or more in 4 seasons.
So they don't have to be the highest, just 5 or more.
Wow. Here you can review the region's schemes and their claimants. When you have an heir, they will appear on the right of this page. If your reign ends abruptly, the nobles will vote for the next monarch. This vote is between the 2 regions with the highest combined stats and your heir if you have one. Guys, you could vote my baby in.
Me?
Adopt a law, my heir. Here you can adopt a new law that alters how voting is run. You'll be able to adopt more once a year at the end of winter.
I have a question.
I potentially have an answer.
What if 2 people? You have to have at least. It's 3 schemes, right? So we have to have like what, best of 3?
I don't know. The video I saw only showed like the first step in each scheme, so I have no idea.
Got it. Okay.
You can only adopt 1 law at a time and have a maximum of 3 laws to use. Monarch's Iron Choice. The monarch can mark their preferred voting option. If chosen, they gain +1 authority. Plus 600 treasury if the nobles vote for the selected option. If the nobles vote otherwise, -200 treasury. The timer is set to 15 seconds, and the vote will automatically close once the timer is over. Ooh, no, this isn't the first game. I want people to have a chance. I'll go for the royal gamble. Okay, counterfeit currency, an invitation, and the honor guard. Interesting. Let's go with... Alright, we'll visit the Grandees. Let's start with an invitation. Oh, Psyduck. Your Majesty, it is my singular honor to invite you to attend the annual Night of the Seven Pyres celebration. Sorry, but what's that? Your Majesty, do you really not know? It is the biggest festival in the entire South. It is a celebration of the ninth god and his victory over the other 8. It is the most holy and sacred night of the year. Most people like it because fireworks are involved. If I say no, it raises their defiance. I see no reason to do that. I look forward to attending.
We eat fireworks.
It is the 4th of July. Let's go watch some fireworks. Praise the ninth. I trust you are willing to finance and organize one of the pyres. It is customary for the king to do so if he is in attendance. Oh. Okay. Sure. I'll make sure it's a night to remember. I look forward to it, Your Holiness. Please. My lord is fine. Alright. Counterfeit currency. What's going on here? Treasurer. Who wants to be the treasurer?
I guess I will.
Go for
The
it.
South has been prosperous of late, but my tax collectors are reporting suspicious coins in the latest takings. The whole region is awash with fake money. The council needs to act. Now.
Oh, we're voting. What can be done about the counterfeit coins in the South? Tell everyone in the South to examine their coins and return any duds. This will lower their trade, lower my stability, and lower my authority. Well, that option sounds awful. Offer a substantial reward if the counterfeiters are caught. This will lower my treasury but increase my stability. Order your artificers to invent a new coin that's harder to counterfeit. Interesting.
So, speaking for the Chiefs, the best possible option for us to vote for would be C, because we want to raise the authority, but we don't want, so we wouldn't choose A, and we don't want the monarch to win, so we wouldn't choose B.
But wouldn't that lower our trade or just his trade?
It might only affect the South. So keep in mind, if you guys vote for the, because this is happening in the South, if you vote C, you could be pissing off the South.
Indeed.
It will undoubtedly lower their trade. Voting for B, on the other hand, will not make an enemy of the South. It will only negatively affect me. Offer a substantial. Oh, so I get to pick. Interesting.
Well, if you get one more person to join Psyduck, then you guys will all be evened out.
You know what? I'm gonna roll for it. Odds will go B.
Really?
Evens will go C.
Silver, please.
Because you see, I'm going to have to pay for one of those pyres, so I don't want to take too big of a hit to my treasury.
Yeah, but statistically, no. Strategically speaking,
I rolled
your
a
goal
one.
is stability.
I rolled a 1 anyway, so I guess I'm going for this one. Okay, so my treasury's going to be in the friggin' tank. All right. Here we go. Over the next few weeks, bounty hunters root out counterfeiters in cellars, hideouts, and back rooms across the South. More than 100 forgers face the noose. Jesus! All those bounties are eye-wateringly expensive, of course, but public trust in your currency soars. Yay. Controversy erupts when it is revealed that one of the counterfeiting rings is led by Grandees Psyduck themselves! Of course their fake gold is confiscated at once! Psyduck, you wouldn't dare! Why? I'm sorry, I just needed a little extra cash.
You got your money back, too.
I took him from Psyduck! Oh no!
You have taken personal wealth from Psyduck.
What, you mean the coins didn't have duck
Yeah.
heads on them?
Everyone has that. So Psy, I think, probably has a total of 0 gold.
Yeah.
Because my personal wealth is 1,000.
I can hang him!
Oh my god!
My personal wealth is 1,000, too.
You should totally hang Psyduck with the rest. Yeah.
Psyduck has
with
personally
40.
reimbursed me. The treasury is back to where it was. I don't think I will be hanging Psyduck. I will, however, throw him into a damp, dark cell. But it's damp! You're a water type. You'll love it.
No, let them up in the water.
Grandee Psyduck is led away in chains, glaring at you with icy loathing. But the other Grandees are forced to admit that the punishment fits the crime.
Well, sorry, Psyduck.
Psyduck2319 the second has joined the council.
Psyduck's son has joined.
I love it!
No, your son or daughter or
It's
you
Psy,
now.
but it's your offspring, your heir has joined the council instead.
That's
It's
beautiful.
like a Roomerang.
That's so
Psyduck
great.
to Psyduck.
The honor guard. Sis, would you like to play the marshal?
Now that you are king, you need personal protection. Why, I could plunge my sword into your heart right now, could I not?
Please don't hurt me.
You need an honor guard to keep you safe from such dangers, Your Majesty. Unfortunately, this is a political decision.
What are my options?
Each region offers a selection of elite guards, the chiefs with their most famous warrior heroes,
Yo.
the counts with their knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose. And the grandees offer the fiercest battle nuns from the Sisterhood of Steel.
Yo, what?
Battle nuns?
Love it. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all.
My lord,
wow.
may I suggest something to you?
Sure.
My goal is to increase your authority. You want authority, right? Right?
I suppose.
The chiefs of the north protect you from the White Walkers, right? you gotta have that protection, right?
But they
right?
could just be killed by a little girl with a dagger.
Tell me
We
about the
pretend
Northern
that
Warriors.
didn't happen.
Sis?
This is bearded oafs with axes and no manners. They'll get drunk and cause trouble in the palace.
Uh-oh.
It's probably a good idea to ask about them.
Yeah.
No discipline at all, and I can't guarantee they won't run off on some random quest, but they're honorable and in a fight unbeatable.
You'd like unbeatable.
Alright, tell me about the Eastern Knights.
The Order of the Drowned Rose are highly respectable. They'll understand palace etiquette, but it's been years since they fought an actual battle.
Oh.
It's quite safe for here. Oh god, they mostly write poems these days.
Fantastic. And how about
Imagine
these
being
battle
picked over
nuns?
Dandelion.
Yo!
Terrifying. They look awesome. Terrifying warriors, and they've sworn a vow of silence, so at least they won't spill state secrets. But their faith and loyalty to the church above all, even your safety.
Yo!
To say what Draco said, euphemism for shedding blood of our enemies, and yours should you choose us.
Now think about this. Think about this way now, right? Right? It's basically followers of Atua.
But they are not silent.
Side of casual. Hear me out.
It's true.
Battle
It's true.
nuns. What foreign mercenaries do you suggest?
A band of fearsome fighters from the Tatterlands called the Battle Bitten Brethren. Say that 10 times fast.
That 10 times fast.
They specialize in bodyguard work, but they're costly. And hiring foreigners will betray a lack of confidence in our kingdom's fighters.
Why would I ever want to do that? I've made my decision.
I await your verdict with bated breath and unsheathed dagger, Your Majesty.
So no matter who I pick, their defiance will lower and everyone else's will increase.
Yes, yes.
This is tough. My authority will go down over here.
Just saying.
Remember, unbeatable in battle.
But rowdy
might
and
be
may
rough.
run off.
Yeah, well, we're just like going to get a chalice, right? We're doing some glorious quests. King Caz, I feel, has a thirst for story. He likes story and grandeur.
So here's what I'm thinking, right? The goal to overthrow me of the chiefs is to increase my authority. I can get them one step further away by hiring foreign mercenaries.
You could. You sure could.
I sure could.
But your treasury takes a big hit.
It does.
Yeah, what Draco said. We can write sonnets for you during peacetime, but when we fight, we fight.
I have over 1,000 power in Rise of Kingdoms, so you should pick Battle Nuts.
And you're a peacemaker, so that means lots of poems.
All right.
Just think of history and how well religion has gone with monarchies.
Where the hell? Do I not have D4s in here? Oh, there's one. Okay. I have a little dice jar next to me. I saw it. Why can't I find it? Okay. There you go. All right.
Sounds like a skill
We're
issue.
voting for it. We're rolling for it. Number 3,
who's
the
what?
Southern Nuns. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Damn.
So,
I will make the arrangements at once.
Battle Nuns for the win. The Battle Nuns arrive in the palace a few weeks later. They nod to you silently, their solemn steel masks betraying nothing, before filing into formation behind your throne.
You better
Greetings,
hope
Your
you're a pious
Fuck!
man.
I am
You
a
better
pious
hope
man.
you're a pious
I'm
man, because
a-
they will kill you in your sleep.
I love pie. Buildings. Nobles can use their wealth to bid on any building in any region, each of which affects a stat. This is done through an auction, where only the 2 most funded buildings are chosen. When the auction is open, nobles can fund with the following command. ! Fund AX, where X is the personal wealth. So if you want to fund option A, you type fund, ! Fund A, and then type an amount of your own personal wealth to put into the auction. Which the 2 highest will be built, and they will have the effect shown. When you're ready, hit start auction to begin the auction. So, if you vote for A, my authority will increase. If you vote for B, trade will decrease in the chief's lands. If you vote for C,
Interesting.
faith will decrease in the count's lands. If you vote for D, military will decrease in the count's lands. If you vote for E, farming will increase in the grandee's lands. And if you vote F, farming will decrease in the grandee's lands. So for those of you, of the counts, for instance, who are trying to compete with the grandees for farming, you may wish to vote for F to lower their farming and make sure their scheme does not succeed. Meanwhile, you might also want to vote for yourself to increase your farming to make sure you don't fall below your 5 farming threshold. But
So for the blue team, we would be wanting to vote for A because our goal is to get 1 more point onto the authority so that we pass that task.
Oh, I'm sorry, Muff. I haven't started the auction yet. Here we go. Auction is started. Oh, time's up.
Oh, wait, we can't. Wait.
Oh, so it didn't give you extra time if you just didn't close it.
Oh no!
Sorry, I didn't. I
It's
didn't.
all right.
End it.
We didn't know this.
Well, it'll probably happen again at the end of next winter or something.
Yeah, likely.
Sorry, y'all.
Well, I was used to, like, you give me this extra time. I didn't know that was, like, a hard time limit.
Yeah, neither did I.
Mm-hmm.
We all
Yeah,
learned
we
something
didn't know
today. All right. Finding a spouse. Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
In the twisty
Tell me
passages,
about how you're buying a spouse.
Yeah. In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid your advisors, the nobles, even the spy master. There's one person you can't avoid. Your mother. Do either of you want
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Go for
I'll
it.
do it, babe.
Go for
I
it.
will do it for you.
Go for it.
Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year. Are you impotent?
Oh my god. I've been busy.
You better find the time. Don't worry. I'll take the liberty of finding the most eligible candidates for you. What's your preference? Men? Women? Dog? Or do you not mind?
I prefer women.
Excellent. I'll send out messages to the most influential noble families of the kingdom. We'll see what they have to offer.
Yes, mummy.
Mama. What do we have over here? The pox? The crystal pox. Count Drakenvale. Your Highness, I bring grim tidings. An outbreak of crystal pox is ravaging the east. What's that? A most terrible disease, Your Highness. It begins with a rash of boils which slowly and painfully crystallize until the poor victim is sparkling like a diamond. So, Twilight vampires.
Yeah!
Eventually, the sufferer...
How dare you?
What?
Do not compare us to those fairies.
Eventually, the sufferer becomes a crystalline statue, a painful but admittedly glamorous way to go. How many have died? Whole villages have succumbed. The disease is terribly virulent. Treasurer?
Oh, Your Majesty, if I may make a suggestion. Victims of crystal pox are only infectious at the boil stage. Once they are fully covered in crystals, they no longer spread the disease. We can essentially let them remain as their twilight vampire stage. Indeed, the pox crystals can be harvested and then be used in jewelry.
Use me?
It's
yes,
a thing,
yes.
unfortunately.
You
I
wish
was
to
trolling
make
upon
jewelry out
the-
of my people?
Pass.
Yes, I saw people mixing up resin with
Pass,
love
please,
juice.
please, pass. I don't want to talk about this. Oh, God, please,
If
pass.
we allowed the pox to spread, we could make money in the East, Your Majesty.
What? By the blood of the dead woman, that is heartless, even for you.
Money. The only way to fight the pox is to close the roads and shut down all trade until the wave subsides. Is that what you want? For the East to lose money?
Shit.
Oh, boy.
Oh, why do we get the bad stuff?
Spread the crystal
I love
pox
that.
and harvest the gems for a hefty increase to my
But
treasury.
you only get it.
Yeah.
No, so, the treasure, I think the treasury, okay, so that goes for, him. All the other raises to stats, I think, go to you.
Those are all decreases except for Defiance. Don't do anything one way or the other, which will lower your farming, your military, your faith, my stability.
Our farming is going down regardless.
All of these lower my stability. This is terrible.
Yeah, this is awful. Why do everybody else gets the cool stuff? Well, I guess Psyduck did go to jail and lose his money, so I guess
Yeah, this sucks for you
I
guys,
guess I can't complain too much.
Sure does.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So I think the middle one
Sorry,
increases personal wealth, I think.
Yeah, it gives us or gives Draco. I'm not sure who it gives. If it gives all of us or just one of us.
Mm-hmm.
So
the top one benefits. Monarch.
Go ahead and vote, y'all. Have fun.
Oh, darling.
Wait, you only gave it so we can vote on one thing?
No, you can vote on anything.
No. So
but
he can vote.
I
also
voted
when he
this
uses
round.
Monarch vote. I
don't think you deserve any money, Mr. Monarch.
Hear me out. I can use these for. I can use this for the grandees. I'm sure by really making a nice pyre for your ceremony. All right, fine.
Which one causes more? So A causes more chaos, right? And it benefits the monarch.
It only benefits the monarch. B would at least benefit us a little bit. I don't know how to pay you, Ripper. We can't pay each other. You didn't let Ripper vote.
I apologize.
Awful king.
I was trying to set up my Nightbot command. I didn't look to see if everyone had voted. All right. The new Nightbot command is done. My apologies, Ripper.
Ripper did vote. Yeah.
Blockades are placed on the roads leading in and out of the east. Nobody goes in or out. For a month, the crystal pox ravages the countryside. Trade went down by 2. Some counts' wealth has decreased. And my stability is lowered. Boo!
This is awful!
When the blockades are lifted, many fields lie fallow with no farmers left to tend them. Eastern villages are dotted with the gleaming statues of the afflicted.
Statues?
But thanks to the council's quick thinking, the disease doesn't spread beyond the east's borders. Once the roads reopen, the counts harvest gemstones from the quarantined dead and sell them at a tidy profit. So, your individual counts, you've gained money.
I made 450 gold.
Congratulations.
Excellent.
After losing a bit.
Okay. Something about cuisine. The northern banner's in the way.
Down with the king, indeed.
This is a player who has bought King of the Castle. They can set their customizations, get access to special outfits, and appear more often in storylines.
I haven't appeared yet.
Chief Amalthea Winter comes to you bearing a covered tray. She uncovers it with a flourish.
The chef has set up a stall selling his special pickled herring at the monument, and it's become most popular. Everyone's flocking to try it. Try my... Aw, herring is not... Is herring bird?
Herring is fish.
Yeah, it's fish.
Why don't you try my fish? Your Majesty, would you care to try some?
Absolutely.
That's the only acceptable answer, yes. Good.
The herring is so pungent that you lose consciousness for 3 minutes.
Murderer!
Where are my pants? When you regain your senses, you find Amalthea Winter watching you expectantly.
How was it, sweetie? Was it good?
Why isn't pungent an option?
That would go under hideous.
Yeah, I fucking hate fish. It was gross. Oh. It knocked me out for 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
You hate me.
I hate the fish.
You hate me.
I hate the fish.
Oh dear. Could be using others to try you.
Trays of pickled herring are carted out and served to the assembled nobles. Many are enthusiastic, but Count Hound Rebel 147 shakes his head in disgust. Dreadful! How can you bring this to us? It tastes like urine!
How dare you! You insult the pride of the chiefs.
This has not been a good season for the counts.
Your Highness, please have this dreadful stuff taken away at once. Oh shit! Promote the northern pickled herring as national food. Hire
I
the
love it. Oh my
original
god.
chef to work in the palace. Leave the pickled herring in the north where it belongs. Yo.
So we don't want to
Where's your treasury,
we don't
though?
want to lower our authority. And yeah, that's it.
Oh, we do want to lower his authority. That's right.
Well, other teams
we
might
do.
want to, right? But
Go on, y'all.
what's Royal Gamble? What's Royal Gamble, babe?
I'm gambling on what the outcome will be.
What does that mean?
Are we allowed to vote now?
Yeah, you can vote.
I don't know what that means. I'm gonna vote A. You know what? The fish I made for my sweetheart was delicious. All right, just because he didn't like it, just means I need to modify it a little bit.
I would like to remind you that you are scheming to overthrow him, not marry him.
This is just his marriage games, of course.
Everyone has voted. Okay, I double checked this time. Voting has closed, and I made 600 treasury because the one I gambled on was successful. Leave the pickled herring in the north where it belongs. There's a flurry of activity around the monument in the north as the chef becomes a local celebrity. Oh, nice. Oh, the north is grumbling. They're upset. Trade is now modest.
See, that's also something you must keep in mind is the fact that, we're fairly close to our goal, but our defiance is also rising.
Oh, still bad feeling about you rejecting the pickled herring remains. Some chiefs begin to bring it to council sessions, snacking ostentatiously in front of you to make a point. Thus my authority is now dubious at best.
Indeed.
We shall end the season. Oh, far to the north, where snows blanket the landscape and wolves howl in the night, the chiefs uncover an ancient prophecy foretelling the rise of a tyrant king and the warrior who will overthrow him. Oh, that's you again.
This isn't what the prophecy says would happen.
Oh, McMuff. Right. Wasn't there supposed to be a tyrant king? Something about drowning the kingdom in blood?
Aye. Keep your hat on. We're not there yet, but he needs a bit of encouragement. That's all.
Not wearing a hat.
Ponytail then. A few more executions, unjust imprisonments, that sort of thing, and then the prophecy will be fulfilled, and Sven will rise.
The chief's aim is to raise authority to at least 5. Okay. Taxation. Here you can set different levels of tax or bribes for each region in your kingdom, potentially punishing some while rewarding others. Balance.
We've already been through enough.
The needs of your treasury against defiance changes. Remember, if a region's defiance is higher than both authority and stability, they can rebel. All the nobles gain wealth here, but one region gains extra wealth with a trade bonus. Regions with a higher trade stat are more likely to get trade bonuses.
Oh, man.
And the grandees have very high trade. So I'm thinking...
You know what the grandees also have? Very low defiance.
Yes, they do. So we're going to put in a cruel tax for the grandees.
And you know who has a fairly high defiance? The chiefs.
That's true.
After you said no to my food. I made it just for you.
I am comfortable with their defiance. I'm comfortable with their defiances. I honestly feel bad that the counts got so straight fucked. But at the same time, your wealth,
I feel
your
like
individual
you should
wealth
totally
is pretty high.
bribe me since
My
you're
individual
like
wealth is not that high.
It's almost 2,000.
I feel like you should totally bribe me because you're about to marry someone else.
Okay, we cannot bring personal stuff into this game. That is not fair.
We totally can.
No,
You've got Bubs. You can use Bubs. He murdered Bubs.
My Bubs is not. Bubs. I'm not involving any family in this. Well, no, hang on a minute.
Well,
I thought you felt bad.
Well, you have so much money.
No. No.
You have so much money.
We've been through enough right now.
You have so much money.
We have been through enough.
Sadek is just getting back on his feet. I don't want to take too much from him.
Them.
That's true. All right, you know what? We'll keep everything at common for now. We'll just make it nice and simple. The counts clear some woodland to build new mills, making 500 wealth. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. Oh, there you go. Cool. All right. I'm worried about Psyduck. There's a troll in the dungeon.
Thought you ought to know.
What you have to know.
Sis, you're the marshal, right?
Wait. What if Sai is the troll?
We're about to find out.
Your Majesty, the palace watcher reported there's a troll in the downstairs in the dungeon.
What's a troll?
Really?
What?
Violent, brutish creatures. I have no idea how one got into our dungeon, but we'd better do something about it. I'll deal with the monster before it hurts anyone. Talk to it. Do it. Do it.
I think I wanna.
Your Majesty, I'm not sure that's wise.
Nonsense! I'm a peacekeeper. I can make peace with trolls. You stride past her and descend into the dungeon.
Please let this be.
2 watch officers stand guard over a troll who's snoring in the middle of an empty cell. It seems to have torn a hole in the dungeon wall.
Hey, Psyduck, maybe he let your dad out.
Now, how did it even get in here? Oh, this is you.
Through the catacombs would be my guess. These dungeons all back into various tunnels and crypts. It must have made this hole on its way in.
What are the catacombs?
Really?
What are they?
A maze of tunnels and crypts that crisscross the whole city. Impossible to navigate. Most who go looking for a tomb never come back these days.
I say, wake up! You gesture and shout, but the troll barely moves. Alright, officers poke it until it wakes up. Gingerly, the officers poke the troll with their long pole axes. After a few grumbling grunts, one eye opens.
Holy cow, it talks!
What? Nice to meet you. Yes, you too. Who are you? I am King Caz. What? The King Caz? Spirits!
Hey, me.
I must have been made myself last night. I've changed my mind, Kill. How did you get in here? I'm exiled from my people, and it's been pretty cold this winter, so I wandered into the catacombs and went in search of somewhere warm. Didn't know I'd end up here.
This is ridiculous.
I love this.
Wherever here is. Some choices have uncertain outcomes called challenges. What? These can either be random based on a stat. The percentage shows this chance of success. Oh my god. These are the dungeons of the royal palace. Perhaps you could stay here with us. You need to leave. You need to fix the damages you did to my wall. Break into the king's dungeon, will you? Off this head. Most people are trying to break out of here. These are the dungeons of the royal palace. You mean to say that wall I broke belonged to you? Sorry. This is amazing. Perhaps you could stay here with us. Really? Why?
Roll a persuasion check.
It's nice and warm in here. That's true. But I'd want to make myself useful. Oh my god! This is great!
Oh,
This is not where I thought this would go.
Books, babe! Books! Make him a librarian, do it!
Do you like books? I do need a new librarian. I love books! It's a deal! Yeah!
This game is absurd. And
I love this game!
I love it! Oh my god!
Oh my god! Very well, I accept your offer. I'm Bertram, by the way.
Bertram the troll.
Pleased to meet you, Bertram. Put her there, pal.
You need to do a dab.
Yeah.
Librarian troll. Let's go. And you. I suppose I should probably help you rebuild the wall I broke. We could put books in it.
It could be an in-wall bookshelf.
There you
the
go.
back wall is put the shelf in. Give the prisoners
Community
something to do
service.
in their eternity here.
Oh my god. Psyduck, what books do you like to read? We're gonna put books on the wall. Over the next few hours, Bertram helps patch up the hole while you head to bed for some much-needed shut-eye. A fair few of your advisors think you're joking when you tell them you hired a troll to be your new librarian.
That's amazing.
I love this game so much.
Caz, darling, I have found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young woman from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance.
What if I don't want to marry any of them?
That's a decision that can wait until after you've seen them, isn't it?
Alright, that's fair. Your mother leads you to the Great Hall, where she's arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Wait, I don't even get to meet them?
This is medieval times, bro. This is how things do.
There's no time for sentiment, dear. You just need to find the one that can get it up for you to put it in.
Oh my
You know?
god.
If you know what I mean?
Get up, get down with the signals.
Yeah.
Alright. She whisks away the cloth from the first portrait. Oh, whoops.
Oh, this is Hilda, firstborn daughter of the Northern Ripper 78904 clan. Apparently, she can be a bit shy with strangers, but I'm sure she's wonderful when she comes out of her shell. I've heard she spends most of her time playing cards or making wagers with friends and hanger-ons. They say she's popular with the common folk up north, too.
Alright. Is this an agreement, or do I have to... Can I see them all before...
No idea.
I see the appeal, I suppose. Oh, okay.
This is Sylvia, the eldest daughter of the Eastern Hound Rebel Hound Rebel dynasty. Apparently, they had a hell of a time getting her to smile for this portrait. She had a laboratory installed in her castle and spends most of her time there conducting bizarre experiments. She went missing a while ago, but it turned out she just accidentally locked herself in the cellar. Survived on wine for a week.
I'm sick of random people showing up in my basement. I don't see what all the fuss is about.
And from the south, Indona, the eldest daughter of the On-RPG lineage, famed for her wit, her style, and, as you can see, her great looks. I hear you like red hair. Like many in the South, she claims to put her faith in the ninth god above all worldly concerns, and she's got great plans, and by all accounts. No, she's got grand plans by all accounts. She wants to change the world, and also, she won't give you any until you get married.
Not bad at all. Oh my god.
So what do you think, dear? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance.
Okay.
You already picked the nuns.
I have made my decision. I'm going to go with Hilda of the North. She plays games. I like to have fun.
No! Our defiance is down! Our
Hooray.
defiance is down! Excellent. I'll make the arrangement.
Alright. Huzzah! Is that everything? No, there's one more. Counterfeiters more?
Ooh, more counterfeiters. What?
In the South again.
Your Majesty, remember the bounties we placed on forgers in the South?
Yeah, of course. It happened like 20 minutes ago.
The counterfeiters we hanged were rank amateurs. Their coins were only convincing if you're a fool, a drunk, or both. But now we've rooted out the real professional.
Ooh.
Her coins are so convincing, even I can't tell the difference. Let me introduce Penelope.
Hit stop?
I hate meeting people before we hang them.
Hello, Your Highness. Please don't hang me. Someone ring a my news. Hello, Penelope.
Penelope's skills are extraordinary. We should employ her at the Royal Mint to help us make coins that can't be forged.
Or even better, we can use her expertise to track down other forgers.
Ooh. Oh, Sinivastrosa. By the ninth, if we employ this outlaw, we make a mockery of the king's justice. Are we sending a message that we only execute insufficiently skilled criminals? Hey, I haven't executed
what team
any.
Does he join?
He is a chief of the North.
Hell yeah!
All right. The council needs to vote. If we hang Penelope, we decrease defiance, but increase my authority. Ask Penelope to help catch other foragers will increase my stability, increase trade, and increase defiance. Or have Penelope come up with a new counterfeit-proof coin, which, who knows what could happen.
Let's go for the mystery.
I have placed my royal vote. Vote
Mystery!
now! Vote now!
Voting open.
All right, so here we go. Voting is closed. All right. Have Penelope come up with a new counterfeit-proof coin. Thank you, Your Majesty. I won't let you down. Penelope retreats into the Royal Mint with a group of engravers. She does not emerge for weeks. Your treasurer assures you that something big is in the works. It's an explosion! Oh, hydrate and a stretch. Okay, and I'll get some more drink. I'll be right back. Let's see. Time to end the season. By royal decree, we can tweak the laws governing how the council votes. We can't pass more than 3 of these laws at once, and only 1 may be used per vote. Stop the count. The timer is set to 15 seconds. No. After voting, nobles can change their minds and vote for a different option. Ooh! The monarch can mark their preferred voting option. If chosen, they gain +1 authority.
I like that one. Monarch's Iron Choice.
Yeah, I already have 3. I think I'm actually going to get rid of the Royal Gamble. Okay. The Knight of 7 Pyres, a tasty innovation, and the Royal Wedding! Your wedding to Hilda is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Hilda at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? Well, I've changed my mind! No, yeah, let's go with stability. Then I pronounce you king and wife. We don't want to ask her? Alright, whatever.
She is property.
After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new wife Hilda turns bright red every time a toast is called in her honor. Oh, that's adorable. Kingdom stability is now up. Okay, good. Authority went up. Damn it. Defiance. Oh, the North is now loyal.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so the East is aloof. Aloof. By the time you find yourself alone with Hilda, it's past midnight, and you've never felt more tired. Winter, would you like to?
I thought I'd give the option to your sister if she wanted to.
No.
I couldn't think that. Hello.
Hello.
Nice weather for the wedding, I guess.
Right? You both lapse into strained silence. Hilda gulps back her wine. Tell me about yourself.
Not much to tell, really. I like to play cards with my friends. Pretty good at it, you know?
She lapses into silence again. All attempts to get her to talk more prove fruitless, and eventually she makes her excuses and heads to the spare bedchamber.
Ha!
Okay,
No
then.
woohoos tonight.
The Knight of the Seven Pyres. All right, I gotta pay for a
Wait,
pyre.
who we do? Oh, we got Kanai Joe and Carlos joined. Who they join?
It seems like Cotton Eye Doe is a grandee of the south, and Carlos is a count of the east,
Carlos, welcome
Hell
to the
yeah.
purple people.
who are totally not vampires. It's not long until the Night of Seven Pyres. As you journey south, the sun beats down like a hammer. Grandee Psyduck 2319 the second meets you at the gates to the city of Tinamesca. Glad you can make it, Your Majesty. Welcome to Tinamesca. I assure you I will not try to kill you for what you have done to my father.
My name is Psyduck2319 the second. You killed my father.
I didn't kill his father. He's rotting in jail along with a book of a wall of books. A beautiful place you have here. The whole city is excited to have you here, Your Majesty. The citizens cannot wait to see your pyre burn. I have questions. You will provide the surrounding entertainment and arrange the event's spectacular climax. But first, which of the deposed gods' effigies do you want to be responsible for burning? The eighth god, the entombed one; the seventh god, the Lord of Darkness; the sixth god, the Poison Eater; the third god, the Drowned Lady.
Interesting.
I feel like the drowned lady has automatic immunity.
I'm gonna go with the seventh god. Let's light up the darkness. An excellent decision, Your Majesty. Traditionally, the seventh god's effigy is over 50 feet high and burned in the central square, usually attracting the biggest crowd. Shit. Now, what kind of entertainers will you be hiring to surround your pyre and impress spectators? Ooh, fire dancers, lion tamers, clowns, acrobats, fire breathers. Let's go fire dancers. Let's light this shit up. A wonderful choice, Your Holiness. The fire dancers of the south are famed throughout the kingdom. You'll need more than that to draw a crowd, however. Who else? Oh. Some acrobats. Let's have a big flourishy sort of thing. You know, dancing, acrobats, fire, trapeze above the roaring flames, enough to make even a stone heart sing. Anyone else? Anyone else? You know what? We've got a fire thing going. Let's do fire breathers too. I do not know how they do it without burning their lips, Your Highness. Must be a technique to it. With all those entertainers, your pyre will be quite the spectacle. That's all. Your work is not yet done, Your Majesty. You must decide on the pyre's spectacular climax. Sometimes we go with fireworks, but those are expensive. The black powder must be sourced all the way from Kirith. A less exciting alternative... Kurth. A less exciting alternative is to topple the effigy over like a falling tree. Oh my god. We will fill the effigy with an obscene amount of fireworks. Normal amount of fireworks should be enough. We'll top... Fuck it. Let's go all out. We got some money. Wonderful, Your Majesty. Your pyre will culminate in a stupendous fireworks display, unlike any the world has seen before. I will make the arrangements at once. I just sank like 1,000 gold into this. See that you did. I can't wait. Let's be honest. Soon the Night of the Seven Pyres is upon you. The streets of the Tinamesca are crammed with merrymakers as the royal stagecoach makes its way to the town square. The citizens greet you with cheers and tossed roses. The effigy of the seventh god towers over the rooftops, a 50-foot demon with fearsome horns. As it bursts into flames, out come your fire dancers, acrobats, and fire breathers who were probably not stored within the effigy for the love of God. You wait anxiously for the crowd's reaction. The fire dancers sway alluringly, spinning their flaming torches. Fire breathers roar gouts of flame. Overhead acrobats glide above the flames like doves. The crowd applauds, delighted at the sheer spectacle. Finally, your effigy detonates. The dark sky is filled with bangs and whistles in 1,000 colors. Happy 4th of July, everyone!
You see the next sentence, right?
The surrounding buildings look distinctly flammable.
I hope you haven't provided too many fire-breathing type of displays.
Burn their farms! Burn their
Burn
farms!
them down! Burn them down! Burn them down!
Hopefully nothing will go wrong. Before your horrified eyes, a misfired firework lands directly on a nearby kindling shop. Of course it's a kindling shop. In a matter of minutes, dozens of shops and houses around the square are up in flames. My authority is now back to 4. My stability is back to 6. Their defiance went up by 3, and their trade is now modest.
Oh no.
Happy 4th of July!
You know, that tracks.
Yeah.
The inferno rages, leaping from rooftop to rooftop, but the crowd flees in panic. Within an hour, half the city is burning!
It's their insurance.
By the time the sun rises, a team of brave volunteers are still fighting the fire. You slink off back to the capital shamefaced as the grandees bitterly call for you to apologize for ruining their holy night. Oh my god.
Burn their farms. Burn their
Oh
farms.
no.
To be fair, it's their holy night. Why are they giving you the decisions on how to celebrate it?
I bet
You're a monarch.
I bet the chances of it not going poorly would have been higher if I hadn't put so many fucking explosives into that.
Like a smaller
Yeah.
effigy and like no
Next-
other.
Next time it's
Fire
lion
stuff.
tamers, clowns, and acrobats. Nothing to do with fire. A tasty innovation. Grandee Cotton Eye Dough. I don't mean to exaggerate, Your Majesty, but I believe I have pioneered the most incredible invention in the history of mankind. I call it butter.
Huh?
I was hosting a small party, playing cards with some old friends. I called for a servant to bring me something to eat that was both tasty and convenient, as my hands were occupied. What my servant brought me that evening will change the world forever, Your Holiness. It's called a hot pocket. It sounds like your servant
amazed the
invented it.
I'm amazed the South is like, oh, Your Highness, love you. By the way, half of our country is burning.
Hey, half of one city. Thank you very much. Show me. Behold. She holds in the air a plate. Atop the plate are 2 slices of bread with a piece of meat wedged between them.
Sandwich. She invented a sandwich.
Welcome, Sermpi.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome. I can't believe that's their invention.
I love it.
It allows the hungry noble to consume 2 slices of bread, plus meat, all at once, saving valuable time. Meanwhile, the bread serves as an impregnable barrier, preventing one's hands from being besmirched by meaty juices. None of these are like herp derp. Ingenious! Naturally, since this is my invention, I propose we
Yours.
name it after me.
Sure, yours.
Cotton Eye Dough.
And in a few years' time, I expect everyone to be enjoying a nice cotton eye dough from...
And I know your feelings on this.
Oh my god, could you imagine if your name was Lady Sandwich? This would be perfect. But naturally, this innovation cannot be made available for free. Every time a cotton eye dough is consumed, I expect a small royalty payment.
Whoa!
Excuse me.
Oh my god. Yes, give Cotton Eye Dough the royalties she deserves. No, Cotton Eye Doughs are too delicious to be controlled. Cotton Eye Dough shall receive a one-time reward from the treasury instead. The servant should be rewarded instead. What was his name again? Oh boy. We're gonna allow swing votes in this one. Alright, y'all. After the vote is over, whoever didn't get their it'll give everyone a chance to change their votes. Everyone gets to vote. How should we do this?
Voting D. The servant who made it should get the recognition.
How high would that raise their defiance, do you think?
Who knows? Who knows? Certainly not an issue for me.
Well, it could be, because, actually, their military is rather low. Oh, but my royal guards are from the oh, no!
I wonder if that goes into... That would be so cool, though. Vote D, everyone. He's terrified.
Reward the servant.
Too licious to be controlled is great wording.
I've noticed the shields show up.
Yeah.
That you've customized. So my unicorn is on there.
Those are
my writing pen is on there.
Those are your personal...
Yeah.
Show mine. I haven't seen my character yet. There she is.
Nice.
Oh, and the update happened. I know that you got that drop, and it looks so pretty.
Oh, that one was the original. The veil
Oh,
that
really?
I got had a purple interior instead of the red, which I will switch later.
All right, time for swing votes. My servant is called Lawrence Hellman Gloucester. Because Hellman's mayonnaise on the sandwich.
Love it.
Oh, God. Continue.
14 votes.
Voting has closed, but... What?
The servant should be rewarded instead. What was his name again?
What happened to the swing vote? Oh.
That's after the timer ran out. They could switch their vote.
Oh, I see. We're all learning today. By the 9th, he wouldn't have invented this snack if I hadn't specifically requested a convenient meal. This is getting dangerous. Despite Grandee Cotton Eye Dough's protestations, the servant is brought before you. Hello, Your Majesty. Most people call me Foot... Most people
okay, Subway.
Is it because of his foot-long,
apparently it's because of his large feet. Because his feet are long. Foot long. I like the sound of that. I prefer calling it a cotton eye dough. We can't call it that. We'll name it something boring. I like the sound of that. It's decided. Henceforth, this innovative dish shall be known as a footlong. Alright, we shall
need some stuff, dang it.
We shall end the season. The famine begins. Late at night, two counts meet in an ancient stone cemetery to discuss their schemes against the king.
Hey, it's me!
Hey, there she is.
Our grain stores are looking decidedly mediocre. We need to stock up so that when the famine comes, we can outlast the others.
The count's aim is to have the highest farming.
They do not, in fact, have the highest farming.
We did!
The prophesized Ninth's Herald has finally manifested on Celeste Ath, taking the form of a humble noble known as Xavier, who hails from a farming town in the southern hills. Or so the grandees claim. Psyduck. Peasants all over the south are flocking to you, Xavier. I knew you could do it. Oh, Grandee son of Astrosa. The plentiful crops have been a significant boon to our economy. Now that's what I call a miracle. Oh, their trade is now wealthy. Good for you guys. Praise be, but this is just the beginning. With him on our side, we will capture the minds of the common folk and lead a holy crusade against the false king.
It's looking good for the yellows.
The people still need a push, however.
Right?
With just the right amount of chaos, the peasants will take up arms and die for you. For the next stage of their scheme, the grandees must lower stability to 4 or less in 2 seasons.
Interesting.
Oh, so you need my stability to go down.
Okay, so they got the first part of their scheme.
Right, so now they have to do 2 more to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we still need the highest farming, but we need to keep the stability up so the yellows don't get it.
Right.
Got it.
Okay. Oh, debt collection? Please tell me I don't have to pay.
Why is
so
the East not getting anything?
You did get something. You got the pox. The council session has ended for the day, so you're quite surprised when Count Sage Carlos corners you in a back passage of your castle just before dusk. Greetings, Your Highness. Apologies for surprising you like this, but I have an urgent matter that I thought you'd want to hear in private before I go to the council. Your wife, the Queen Consort, how can I put this? She owes me a lot of money.
Hilda!
Gambling debts, mainly. She borrowed quite a lot from me to recover some lost funds. But now it's time to collect, and she's been avoiding me.
Can't wonder why.
Oh my god!
Interesting. Carlos is going to be making bank if you pay.
I can't help you with this. That's unfortunate, Your Grace. Still, I thank you for your time. He scurries away into the darkness of your corridors. During Council's next session, Count Sage Carlos levels the same accusations against Hilda, only this time in public.
Yeah, you should have thought about this before just saying no.
At this stage, you're powerless to step in. A council vote will determine Hilda's fate!
You are a king. You must consider these things.
Force the treasury to pay the Queen Consort's debts, forgive Hilda's debts, and force Count Sage Carlos to absorb the losses. Force the other chiefs to cover the Queen Consort's debt?
I feel like we should go for more towards B.
C!
I feel like it should be more B.
No. She had her gambling problem. It's not our fault. This is on you guys for giving us a gambling addict as a queen.
If the counts will vote C, I will veto B. I will make it so B cannot be done and the counts will not lose money. If the counts vote C, I will veto B. That's my proposal. Vote now.
Vote C, you will veto B?
Yes, if the counts vote C, I will.
All right, darling. Blues, we're voting A. I was trying to help my darling, but not no more.
My accounts hold the queen accountable for her actions.
Accountable.
Come on, everyone. Let's vote for A. Let's make him pay.
You know, I will not besmirch Carlos wanting to make more money. So, but I will say, Your Majesty, the rest of us voted C.
Voting tied at 7. And I get to break the vote? Well, I guess we're going C, aren't we?
Oh my god. I hate this.
Woo! That was close! A fitting compromise, some would say, but the chiefs are unhappy about covering for the Queen Consort. You don't say! Some chiefs
well, we don't own the Queen Consort anymore. That's you.
Count Sage Carlos' wealth has increased. Defiance is now aloof. I'm okay with this.
Congratulations, Carlos. Now use that money to help us get better farming.
Holy shit. Hilda awkwardly... Whoa, my god! Hilda awkwardly avoids your gaze as Count Sage Carlos starts to count out his coin.
Oh, you know how you did that might also change your ability to obtain an heir.
I mean, they weren't doing anything anyway.
An embarrassing problem?
They had just met.
That wasn't embarrassing enough?
No.
Chief Mar the artist.
Mark?
Your Majesty,
good.
I'm afraid someone has been painting obscene graffiti on your monument in the north. What do you mean by obscene exactly? We're talking dicks? It describes you as a tyrant, and in addition, there are images. Man, what kind of images are we talking about? The obscene kind. Can we get a bit more specifically? I'd rather not. We're all adults here. Please, Your Highness. I'd rather not discuss such vile matters in front of the council. Give me details, damn it! Images of the obscene kind! Use your imagination! We need to track down the perpetrator. You're becoming a laughingstock in the north.
You raised their defiance just to make a joke.
I did.
I want you to know that.
Absolutely. When you call the council together, When you call the council together, some of the nobles whisper behind their hands, stifling giggles. Chief Mar the artist was right. Brutally crack down on the locals until. Thank you, Carlos. Brutally crack down on the locals until the perpetrator is found. Send the watch to investigate without drawing attention to themselves. Ooh, offer a reward for the perpetrator's capture. This is nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about. It's nice art. Keep that authority low. Purple, we do not want A.
Blue team, we do want A.
A would give blue their next objective.
It would also give yellow their next objective.
Indeed.
Ah, dang
Yellow
it.
team, you're wanting A to meet your next objective. And it also helps.
That's not good.
Here's the thing. Yellow is winning. It
I don't
sure
care.
is.
As long as this man does not remain the king. Fine with this.
But I've done so well so far. I've been just.
You know,
Interesting.
blue,
Huh.
you're giving yellow the win by doing this.
Well, they're giving them their next goal, but it requires 4 seasons. It could still go down. It could still go back up by then. 2 seasons. Swear I didn't do the R2 statue. I'll give another 15 seconds for voting. Is there even a point? How many people do we have? We have 15, 16 people.
We can't.
Yeah, there's no... A has it.
There's a total on the right there, by the way.
Okay, voting has closed. Where? Oh, 16 nobles, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Your soldiers storm the local village, shouting and kicking people until they get the answer they're looking for. Oh, boy. The culprit is a local artist protesting your recent refusal to become their patron. Your refusal was totally justified, other than certain parts of the anatomy which are bizarrely detailed. Their artwork is slapdash and sloppy. This is Lord Minifridge. No wonder why he's not here with us today. Certain parts of the anatomy which are bizarrely detailed. This is Lord Minifridge all over. The artist is thrown into your dungeons to think about what he's done and hopefully practice drawing more wholesome parts of the body. And probably reading, since there's a wall of books down there.
Maybe the troll could give him some art books.
Oh my god, my stability went down by 2? However, your over-the-top reaction has made you even more enemies in the north. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No.
All right.
Yellow can try to overthrow you now.
Oh god. The
I'm
Archbishop's
just saying,
request.
Blue, you're short-sighted there, Blue.
Your Majesty.
Oh, no. As long as it's not him as king.
I wish to speak with you about the situation in the north. Too long have the Northerners been allowed to worship their heathen tree gods in brazen defiance of the ninth god. This is just a fucking Game of Thrones reference, huh?
Oh, no.
Sure is.
Allow me to send some of my best missionaries to the north. It's for the good of the realm. Oh, jeez, I'll have to bring it to the council. Of course, Your Majesty. I would expect nothing less. Christ almighty. Should the Archbishop be allowed to send more missionaries to the north? Send missionaries to the north. Deny the... I might as well go ahead and set it. Alright, after voting, nobles can change their minds. So after you put in your first vote, at any time before voting is closed, you can opt to change however you'd like. So you can see where other people are going and then swap. Okay, here we go. Voting is closed. Oh boy, let's hope I get some lucky dice. Oh Jesus, this is erasure of our
Look
culture.
at my military power, darling.
We won't forget this, you rabid pack of tyrants. The mission goes ahead despite protests from the chiefs. The results are less than promising. After being run out of more than a dozen towns in the north, the missionaries head back to the capital with their tails between them. Oh boy. Still, the Archbishop hopes that their preaching might have laid the groundwork for future attempts. Oh my god, everything is awful. End
I mean, at this
season.
point, the East isn't getting much, so whatever.
Back in the north, at Chief Amalthea Winter's clan hall, a congregation of God speakers huddle around the tablets.
Indeed. Who's your
Praise,
God?
praise Morgana, the tablets are genuine!
Then the gods are good and we are blessed, and Sven will be our king. All hell the Lord render.
Cheers circle the clan hall. A mug of ale is tipped over Sven's head.
The influence of the old gods is spreading. We must ensure to keep the old ways of the North alive, and surely Morgana will bless us with the power to crown Sven.
For the next stage of the chief's scheme, they must lower their faith to 4 or less in 4 seasons.
Oh no, that will be
it.
hard.
Well, your faith is already low.
Hey, you guys. Okay, you can now fund you can use your personal wealth in order to fund a building of your choice. If you fund the fortress, the chief's military will go up. If you fund the observatory, the chief's faith will go down. You type in fund, followed by which building you want to fund, followed by the amount you want to put towards it. The 2 buildings with the highest that earn the highest money will be built. So the top 2 will succeed. Start the auction. Best of luck, y'all. 10 seconds left. Fund the ones you want. It looks like the aqueduct will probably be being built. Yep, okay. Time's up. The buildings funded were the... Fuck my face.
Okay.
Oh, no. Whoa! Carlos put all of his money into the aqueduct. Holy shit.
Carlos.
Continue to rebellion report. 1 or more regions are about to rebel as their defiance...
Are able to.
Oh, Jesus Christ, thank you. As their defiance status is higher than both authority and stability. If the rebels get more victory points than the loyalists, they win the game. If the loyalists get more victory points than the rebels, they'll put down the rebellion and continue the game. If multiple regions rebel and win, a vote between the 2 rebelling regions with the highest stats will determine the successor. Important, rebelling regions have their schemes paused.
Purple, we do not need to rebel. We have nothing right now.
I don't think you can rebel.
That's fair. We can't. Only blue can.
And potentially the grandees, but since my authority is 5, maybe not. Regions with high military stat are more likely to overthrow the monarch with a rebellion. If stability, authority, or treasury hit 0, the rebels will win the civil war. Oh, the chiefs of the north are on the verge of a rebellion. Defiance is too high, and 1 or more regions is considering rebellion. Rebellion will stop the region from advancing their schemes, and they can't be taxed or take part in normal votes. Or take part in normal votes. Interesting.
You can't vote either.
Okay, I don't know how to end season, I guess.
I think they have to decide if they're going to.
No worries, Ripper.
Oh, chiefs may vote to rebel by typing !! rebel.
It's up to you, Blue. Do you rebel?
Oh, hey, look, the prophet.
Why not?
Spy Master. Your Majesty, I assume you are familiar with the Grandee's latest puppet, the so-called Ninth Herald? Xavier is a fraud. Quite so. Yet the Grandees are pushing Xavier as their claimant to your throne, to be put there by force if necessary. Unfortunately, the kingdom's going through a rough period. You'll need to stabilize as quickly as possible. Thanks. Offer tax breaks to the common folk to increase the king's popularity. Have an inquisitor denounce Xavier's heretical claims. Delay scheme for 1 season. Allow the Ninth Herald to continue as he pleases.
I think we want A.
All right, y'all, vote A or
We
B.
want A.
I feel like for yellow, you want to vote B. For everyone else, A is probably better because that will hopefully.
See, I don't want stability to go up.
Why?
Because they want to rebel.
They
Because
can.
we want to rebel.
It's not going to go up by 3 points.
If it goes up, it could. Who knows? We don't know how much it's going to go up.
To stop yellow, you guys need to vote A to put an actual permanent
We
stop
about
to them.
to plant some red flags out there. We're about to start a rebellion. What do you mean?
I'm not taking a chance. Yellow, vote A.
If we vote A, then the king has a better chance against the rebellion.
10 seconds. Our goal is only 4 or less. We don't need to lower stability any further. You guys shouldn't leave it at a tie. I get to pick, and I will pick this. All right. Thank God. All right. My authority went down? I thought it was going up. Damn.
Authority going down is a good thing for you, I thought.
No, it was good when before the Chiefs fulfilled their first part of the prophecy.
Oh.
Now they don't care about authority. They just care about having the least
Right,
faith.
but doesn't that help with your stats?
Nah, I need my authority or stability to be higher than either.
Okay, got it.
The right at this point, nothing is higher than their defiance. So now even the grandees can go into rebellion.
Yeah.
Your financial changes prove popular among the common folk. You throw their newly freed cash into recreational pursuits. You can only hope it's enough to stave off the grandees. Oh boy.
About your heir.
4 voted to rebel? Oh God. Paper coins? What? Why are there always coins? What's happening here?
Virgo was Your Majesty come up with a new idea. Well, see first.
You roboted a bit there, babe.
Control that.
Sorry. You walk to the Royal Mint, where the noise of metal cutting and engraving usually drowns out all thought. But today it's silent. Your Majesty, I can't wait to show you my new invention. Coins of paper. She holds up a paper disc with your face on it. But the whole point is that it's gold. Each paper coin represents a quantity of gold stored safely in the vaults of the Royal Mint. You see, it's lightweight, won't lose value throughout wear and tear, and it's quicker and cheaper to manufacture. Isn't this easier to counterfeit? It has a watermark, but yes, still the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. We must
We must consult the council matter.
Trade too low to roll out paper money across the kingdom. Oh, shit. Give paper money a trial run in the south. Burn these useless paper discs and hang Penelope! Tell Penelope to come back with something more metallic. I see.
Well, we don't want any more authority, so
I'll allow
the wild card.
We do.
I will allow swing votes.
More authority.
Purple probably does want to increase my authority just so that other teams can't win by rebelling. Here we go. Continue. Voting has closed. Should the kingdom adopt paper currency? No, and hang the crazy person that thought of it. No, please, have mercy. Please, you must understand. This is the future. Penelope is dragged off and hanged in the city square in front of a great bonfire of paper discs. Your treasurer sulks for days, but the grandees agree that you set the right example. Oh
Babe,
boy.
haven't we learned our lesson about bonfires?
Especially in the South.
We've learned our lesson with fireworks.
So about my
And
heir.
fire
Welcome
breathers.
back, Draco. We're not doing so well.
Your marriage to Hilda has grown stale. Oh, you get along well enough, but you've made some good memories together, but there's no spark.
Go to the south. There's plenty of fireworks there.
Right? She cares more about her stupid card games than your happiness, but spark or no spark, you still need an heir. Oh god, the Queen Mother.
Congratulations are in order, darling. The royal wedding was magnificent. A magnificent affair.
It went about as well as could be expected.
You're still in power, aren't you? Psha. Still got the crown on your head. That's what matters. Now
Yeah.
get some seed in her.
But for how long? Oh my god.
You've done well so far, but there's something missing. Grandbabies! Give me some grandbabies, my son. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard. Ugh. We're the youngest of your many cousins.
I will adopt Frodo. My wife and I will have a child together. I'm pretty sure I have a bastard child lying around somewhere. I'll make my youngest cousin my heir. I plan to adopt a lowborn child from the orphanage. Aww. Look, I'm not gonna force myself on someone who's clearly not interested. So I'm gonna. This is the most altruistic one. And I really want to go for it. But the last time I did something altruistically, it ruined me. Should I choose my youngest cousin? Consent is sexy, right?
Or you can continue to attempt to repair things with your wife.
Yeah.
You just haven't spent any time together.
You know what? I'm gonna roll for it. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Dice, please help me. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't like this roll.
Yeah, was it 3? Was it bastard children?
Oh, apparently I have a bastard child lying around somewhere.
I see.
This doesn't feel good.
The church won't be happy. Neither will your wife. But they're just as keen to avoid a civil war as we are. To legitimize the bastard without much fuss, I will meet with the Archbishop tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Dirty boy. How many times can I rebel? Asking for a
Assumedly once. Deep in the south, the south swells with devotees from across the kingdom. They've come to see Xavier, the Ninth Herald, in action. In the picturesque town of Kovana, the grandee's holy claimant delivers a speech to raucous applause. Two figures stand in an alcove nearby. Grandee Psyduck, if our armies were strong enough, we could take the palace by force. Sinifestrosa, a crusade? That sounds promising. Though I suggest we leave it up to the Ninth God. Surely he will intervene on Xavier's behalf. Voting is open! Launch a holy war to claim the throne. Goal, raise own military. Or
South
pray
only.
for a miracle. Raise own faith. Alright, here we go.
You've been making pretty poor decisions, though. So
Voting has closed. How should the Grandees put Xavier the Ninth Herald on the throne? By praying for a miracle. Let us join in prayer, fellow Grandees. The end of King Caz's illegitimate, godless rule is upon us. Our claimant Xavier is poised to take the throne and usher in a new golden age. We need only wait for a miracle. For the final stage of their scheme, the Grandees must raise their faith to at least 9.
Oh no!
At least one region has entered the final stage of their scheme. If they pass it, they'll win the game. There are some exceptions. If 2 or more regions pass a final scheme stage, the winner will be decided at random. If stability, authority, or treasury hit 0 and a final scheme stage passes at the same time, the scheme takes priority. If a rebellion ends with a rebellion win and a final scheme stage passes at the same time, the scheme takes priority. The monarch can only win in ambition events, which will appear after you've acquired an heir. Oh boy.
We've been good to you, sir.
Oh, I can't
Sir.
bribe the. Oh no. Oh no.
So not only do you have our princess, right, made your queen, and you were unfaithful to her.
I was gonna give you a bribe to lower your defiance and increase your wealth, but I can't
You can't
because
do
you're in
that.
rebellion.
It's far too beyond that point, my king.
I think we will confirm this.
Or
text.
my imposter.
Defiance is now aggrieved. That's fine. Continue to rebellion report. Oh no! The kingdom is in rebellion. The first side to earn 5 victory points will win. Victory points are earned through events. If the rebels are victorious, the monarch is overthrown. Oh boy. Oh boy. Rebellion! At long last, the chiefs have reached their boiling point. You are confronted in your throne room by Chief Mar the Artist. Their tattoos seem to shift in the light of the braziers. The chiefs of the North will rip that false crown from your head and stomp it into the mud. We will be fighting for glory, for honor, and for Sven, the true king. Oh, my authority went down? And my stability?
Of course.
This is a formal declaration of war. This is a formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other will be on the field of battle. You can take our land and you can take our women, but you can never take our freedom. Seasonal. Oh my god.
Seize!
Oh my god, neither of these is good.
No.
Oh my god, I hate this.
You should seize them.
Wow, this
or
is
you
terrible.
should either way, actually.
This is bad for you. Both of these
There's
are bad
no
for
bad
you.
choice for me.
One day I will see your head on a spike. Holy shit!
Holy, that was a mistake.
There will be many heads on spikes before this war is over. Mine will not be among them.
So, Yellow, why don't you join us?
Chief Mar the Artist strides
You
from
would
your
just
throne room
win.
without looking back.
I didn't expect you to be so stupid, Your Majesty.
Fuck you! What are our chances against the rebels?
The chiefs are formidable, but not undefeatable. I hope they don't persuade any other regions to join their rebellion. That would be disastrous.
How did things get this bad?
The leader of the rebellion is Chief Ripper 78904. As reason for the uprising, they're citing your history of petty transgressions against the chiefs.
Petty transgressions? I didn't like their fish! Is it later? Is it too late to apologize?
Yeah. Now it's time for swords, not words.
So Civil War it is.
That's right, That's right, Your Majesty. The kingdom is divided. There will be a lot of death and suffering before all this is over.
Jesus.
I can't wait! I'll go dig out the trebuchets.
Psycho. Oh my goodness. Opening strike.
Yeah.
Too long have those bastards in the Crownlands held us down. Too long have they called us heathens and mocked our way of life.
Mm-hmm.
Aye! Now is the time to take up our axes and fight back. Morgana is with us. We'll burn their churches and string up their lying priests. Aye! Now I ask you, brave chiefs of the free north, where will we strike first? We can launch a preemptive strike against the counts to cripple their military capabilities.
Interesting.
If we suspect the grandees may join our cause, we can call them to war. They'll be more likely to join us if the king's authority is low. Or finally, we could send off an assassin to nip this in the bud. Dishonorable, of course, but convenient. Hey,
Blue only.
Wow. Guys. I think we got a good chance about the assassin.
Jesus Christ.
You're not wrong.
It's just a little bit of money.
I'm in danger.
You sure are.
Voting has closed. They will send an assassin. So you guys spent your own money to go for the assassin? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for meeting with me at such short notice.
Sis, would you like to do this one?
The sum you offered piqued my interest.
You understand why the sum is so high, though.
Winter, you have spent your money in order to do this.
Indeed.
Yes, you want me to assassinate the king. It is no trouble. I am a child of the Viper. If you have the gold and you want a man dead, he is dead.
I hope the nuns protect me.
Let it be so then.
Make it so, number one. We have a captured loyalist. Chief McMuffosaurus. Good news, D-Shine 2. In my last sortie, I captured a key leader of the loyalist forces. Oh, it's Florabella! Good news, D-Shine, I captured your wife. The rebellious bitch. Oh, this is great. A scourge on you, McMuffosaurus. You poxy snollygoster. Release me at once.
Traitor!
Someone gag our guest. I'm tired of listening to her wittering.
Traitor!
That's better. Now we can hear ourselves think. So D-Shine 2, what shall we do with our prize?
Blue vote!
Oh, D-Shine, I can't wait to see how you vote for this.
I will tell
I
her.
say we free her as a show of mercy, and then we have more defiance.
Extract key information from her by any means necessary. Oh, shit. Now there's 5 nobles of the north, so,
Flora, unfortunately, you can't vote to free yourself because you're not one of the blues.
yeah. Yeah. I love how she's like, oh, I want to join in this game. Great, you're captured and about to be executed.
D-Shine voted to torture her.
Yeah, he did. Yes.
Voting has closed. What should the Chiefs do with Countess Florabella for years of show of mercy? That's so nice. Really? You're just letting me go? Aye, make sure you tell all your fellow counts that we are your friends, not the tyrannical excuse for a king.
I can be persuaded.
Look now, you're close to rebelling as well.
One more. We need 3 more.
End season. Oh my god. By royal decree, we can tweak the laws. +1 stability if more than 50% of nobles vote for any one option. The timer, monarch and monarch. Fuck swing votes, man. Actually, fuck the monarch's vote. The kingdom is in rebellion. The first... yeah, okay. Oh, the grandees are on the verge of rebellion. Oh, boy.
Hell yeah.
The grandees can now vote to rebel. Something's wrong. You don't fucking say! It's a night like any other. You're lying in your king-sized bed, alone. Your wife is sleeping in another bedchamber. As is often the case, the troubles of the kingdom are keeping you awake, especially the rebellion. How could the chiefs betray you like this? Right? For once, though, your insomnia comes in useful, because it allows you to hear the slithering under your bed. I am not poking my head under it. Reach under your pillow for your hidden dagger, lie helplessly in bed, and hope it goes away! Call the honor guard! Your honor guard post themselves outside your door every night. You call for them to come in and investigate the suspicious noise. Upon hearing your shouts, your southern battle nuns burst into the bedchamber, silent other than the clinking of their armored boots. The battle nuns cast their eyes around your bedchamber, searching for the threat. Check under the bed. One of your southern battle nuns suppresses a sigh, kneels down, and looks under the bed. Please tell me it's
Look
nothing.
under the bed for
I
monsters.
feel like this has happened more than once if they sighed.
Then the battle nuns rear back, silent even now. An enormous black serpent has lunged out from beneath your bed and sunk its fangs into her face!
It's a good thing you didn't look down.
Within moments, the nun has dropped dead, foaming at the mouth. The huge snake uncoils, pulsates, and abruptly transforms into a hooded human figure, a knife clutched in one hand. For a moment, your surviving honor guards can only stare in shock. Excuse me? What are you waiting for? Kill him! Your honor guard and the assassin engage. Somehow the lone killer downed several of them in an instant. Though they received only superficial cuts, they're already convulsing with foam dribbling from their lips. Eventually, the assassin is cut down, but not before your southern battle nuns have been utterly decimated. The few survivors die within hours, also foaming.
Woo!
Interesting.
There goes the battle nuns.
You got the honor guard killed in the line of duty! That was my achievement! Your Majesty, are you alright? I think I'm gonna throw up. The spy master takes a smart step back as you spew your half-digested dinner all over the floor. If the assassin had caught you sleeping, you'd not be talking to me now. You should thank the Ninth for your insomnia. Who was the assassin? One of the children of the Viper, the most feared assassins in the kingdom, no doubt hired by your enemies in the north.
Huh.
They use magic and trickery, poisons in combat. A single Viper's child can slaughter even the kingdom's finest warriors. We'll have to be more vigilant from now on. I just saw a snake turn into a man. Yes, I heard rumor that the children of the Viper could turn themselves into snakes. Until now, I had thought it mere superstition. I need some time to process this. Of course. The chiefs will stop at nothing, even murder, to bring you down. Thank the Ninth for your honor guard, and may they rest in peace. Things could have gone very differently.
Well, they're gone now.
Shit, man.
Yellows, just think. You can join the rebellion.
They are one step away from completing their scheme. And their military compared to yours is terrible. Vast armies darken the landscape like the shadows of clouds. Flags are flying, drums are pounding in rhythm with the marching of boots. The kingdom is gripped with civil war. At least that's what you imagine. Most of your time is spent in the safety of your palace, poring over a giant map with your marshal.
Your Majesty, the army of the north is advancing on the capital, led by that treacherous chief, Ripper 78904. I've received word from the commander of our loyalist forces in the south. If they march now, they'll intercept the chiefs in a matter of days. Alternatively, they could join forces with the army of the east. It is risky, but together they have a higher chance of defeating the accursed chiefs. What are your orders, Your Majesty?
The Groundies and the Counts should join forces.
Very well, Your Majesty. I'll relay your orders to Grandee Sermp, the commander in the field. Hopefully they do as they're told. God knows treachery can thrive on a battlefield.
Fuck. We have our orders, but should we follow them? Oh god, why not?
Alright, Yellow, vote!
Defy orders and send the Southern Army to fight the rebels. Follow orders and link up with the Counts. Hang back and let the rebels march on the capital without challenge.
I like C, you know.
So
You're blue.
If the blue succeeds, yellow doesn't win. If yellow attempts to attack them head on, the blue military is better. I don't know if that makes that much of a difference, but it's better. If you meet up with the Counts together you might win. If the
Schemes take precedence?
If the rebellion and the scheme succeed at the same time, then the scheme takes precedent.
But remember that you have 3 points of faith to go up in order to succeed.
Purple doesn't have a choice in this. We're going.
Isn't it 2? At least 9. Only 2. Oh, we got a... Oh, Cotton, thank you so much for the gift sub.
Cotton.
You're amazing. Aw, that's so cool. The whole city holds its breath. You stew in your palace, waiting for your marshal's return. Finally, she arrives at your throne room, looking perfectly composed.
Your Majesty, as you ordered, the grandees have turned their army around to link up with the counts.
We can only hope this was the right decision.
Have some confidence, Your Majesty. Too late for doubts now. It'll all come down to the next battle, Your Majesty. The fate of the kingdom hangs in the balance.
We will prevail.
That's the spirit! Now, I really must be going. I have a lot to take care of. Those trebuchets!
Over the next few weeks, it becomes clear that the Southern Army's retreat has given the chiefs free rein to pillage and plunder the South. Oh. The rampaging troops descend on... Fuck! Meanwhile, shops, churches, and manors are plundered,
farming now.
and the stolen loot shipped back to the north. Some grandees' wealth has decreased, some chiefs' wealth has increased. Trade is now wealthy for the north. Trade is now modest in the south.
We finally got our first scheme through.
But while the south suffers, the southern forces successfully link up with the counts. Now the joint army of the grandees and the counts rush to meet the chiefs in open warfare, and the winner will either end your reign or preserve it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Calling the cavalry. The marshal strides in, her face streaked with mud and sweat.
Had some trouble in the last skirmish, Your Majesty.
Is everyone...
The trebuchet didn't work.
Is everyone alright? The trebuchet didn't work!
Yeah, the trebuchet didn't work.
I must. These trebuchets. That's not something I say.
Oh, the marshal bares her teeth in a humorless grin.
When our cavalry charged, those rebel bastards lined up their pikes and just waited. It wasn't pretty.
Don't charge pikemen. What are you, nuts? Oh my god!
Hey, counts are rich as fuck.
Oh my god. So... This?
Some of our soldiers got away. Most of the horses didn't. This is a problem.
I've been exchanging diplomatic messages with the Ashmedian Empire. They're willing to donate war thoroughbreds to the cause. It's in
Thoroughbreds?
Thoroughbreds. It's in their interest to keep the kingdom's leadership consistent, Your Majesty.
Oh, hey, it's that gold army from the eastern
right.
side. This really is Game of Thrones. This is wonderful. I don't trust them. They want us in their debt. I suggest we send scouts to the Northern Territory to steal horses from their foremost equestrian, Chief Mar the Artist.
Wow, he's popping up a lot, huh?
He really is.
That would be dangerous, Marshal. Perhaps we could purchase the Count's horses. Count Seasick Gull has decent herds.
Ha! All you want is handshakes and greasy palms. This is war. A country fair. Not a country fair. I mean, they had one in the south, and that went really poorly.
Send a diplomatic envoy to Ashmead asking for help. Steal horses from Chief Mar the Artist.
I like that one.
I feel like you wouldn't win very well.
I call for unity.
Well, it's 15%.
Vote B. Oh wait. Oh no. I don't select one. I just call for unity. I will fund Seasick Gull. I will pay money to the Southerns for their horses.
We want B, purple.
I call
More
for a
rich
stand
for
of
us.
unity. I call for a stand of unity amongst my empire. Blue cannot vote because you are an open rebellion.
Oh, interesting.
Blue cannot vote. You're a rebellion. This is civil war. So
Well, that
there.
makes sense. That does make sense. And I should point out to you, they said they were going to send racing thoroughbreds. Thoroughbreds are for racing. They're not for war.
They said war thoroughbreds. So I think
thoroughbreds.
they were
Yep.
So
bred
thoroughbreds
for
have
war.
long backs. They're not good for war.
I thought
It could be medieval thoroughbreds are looked at differently than because I don't think they're considered for racing.
or the concept of thoroughbred.
No, so draft horses were more often used because they're bulky.
Here we go. Looks like we're going.
Either way, seasick goal. Enjoy your riches.
Yeah, voting is closed. All right, we are paying Seasick Gull. Count Seasick Gull is all too eager to provide their horses for the war effort. The cash doesn't hurt either. Stability is now teetering. Treasury is now. Count Seasick Gull's
You
wealth
got
has
a victory
increased.
point.
Oh, hot shit! Cool.
All right.
And the Count's defiance went down for this? Wait.
Yeah, you gave us stuff. You gave us money.
Oh, I thought we were going to the. This was going to the south. Oh, whoops! I thought I was giving it to yellow.
Is the counts.
Yeah,
is
no,
purple.
I get it now. I'm a dummy.
Chiefs are the blue, I think.
The grandees,
and yellow
yes.
is the grandees.
That's my fault. I thought I was giving it to yellow. Soon after their horses are brought to the capital, the marshal takes them out for their first skirmish and gets them killed by charging more pikemen because she learned nothing.
I wasn't sure if these eastern horses would be right for our situation, but they're really decent. We surprised the enemy and they scatter like the cowards they are, yelling, "My cabbages!"
She bangs a fist on the table for emphasis. Servants scurry to pick up the scattered papers. Nice.
Draco says, so King Caz's true colors come out. Down with King Caz. His color is not purple.
The famine begins. Two counts meet beneath silvery moonlight. It's time to speak of dark deeds against the crown. Count Hound Rebel. Our grain stores are looking good. Enough to endure a famine. Better than the rest of the kingdom, I say.
How exquisite! But won't summoning this demon be difficult? It's magic beyond our usual fare.
The walls of reality are sturdy, but they can be weakened. A tide of blood must swallow this kingdom in its wake. Chaos. In the next stage of their scheme, the counts must lower stability to 4 or less in 2 seasons.
Woohoo! It's already there!
God damn it.
Counts, we are making our way up!
Oh, God. Rebellion report.
Yeah,
The kingdom is in rebellion. The first side to earn 5 victory points will win. Oh, boy. End season.
You need an heir.
I know. Defectors. Oh, your heir! Yes! Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council, holding a small child in your arms. Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed down to... The council hall is filled with nervous silence.
Oh, we don't want the stability one.
Faith is going to go down forever. They're all stability. and you don't get to vote.
Damn it.
What is faith?
Faith is, it's a stat. Ooh, faith will go down. That'll keep the...
You don't have faith.
The nobles from it's for the regions, not for me. Let's go roll for this. Do I have a son, a daughter, or a they child? Let's find out. 3. My legitimized natural born child. 4. Gender means nothing.
All right, purple. We need to lower his stability.
The assembled nobles break out into sporadic applause. By designating an heir, you've cemented the stability of the kingdom, providing you can survive the civil war. Though the common folk may lose some faith in the church, seeing their king's extramarital adventures being forgiven so easily.
Thank you.
The North are straight up heathens!
No, they think you're a heathen.
Oh,
Maybe.
okay.
I don't know.
Gaming Samurai. Your Majesty, may I be the first to congratulate you on legitimizing your child. What is their name? Caz the Second, because naming conventions. Praise the ninth, your majesty. I'm sure little Caz the Second will grow up to be a chip off the old blockhead.
That could be a problem. Your treasury is going to be empty.
Congratulations on finding an heir. Now you just need to fulfill your ambition to win the game. Expect a visit from the Spy Master soon. Spy Master walks in. So about your ambition. Defectors? Oh, it's the Spy Master. Your Majesty, my agents are everywhere. Busy times right now. I've heard something particularly interesting. Good news, I hope? Any news can be good news if used effectively. There are dissenters among the northern troops who want this conflict as little as we do. My agents could use them to sow opposition amongst their ranks. It would be dangerous, but could significantly damage enemy morale. Or we could lure them in to join the eastern troops. Some of the counts might resent hosting turncoats, but we must be practical. Oh boy. Order the rebel dissenters to lower northern morale. Lure the dissenters to the loyalist side with a cash incentive. The counts don't need the dregs of other people's armies. Jesus Christ!
Interesting.
So everyone keep in mind that now that he has an heir, he's much closer to beating all of us. His goal is stability.
All right, good luck, everybody. Vote as you please, except for the Blues, because you're rebelling. Naughty, naughty. Jesus.
So would that raise our military?
It would raise the counts because you'll be getting chiefs in your military, and I'll have to pay for it. Oh boy. Voting has closed. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Spy Master goes away to organize her agents. Soon, troops of the nervous northern soldiers arrive in the east to join ranks. Stability is now civil. That's nice. Treasure is...
Oh, that's not good for us at all.
Really low.
We need to lower the stability.
Military is now powerful. Loyal. Oh, we got another victory point. Hooray. Some of the counts are unhappy and see it as a sign of weakness, but when the new troops help conquer strategically important territory, even they appreciate the extra bodies.
More blood. I mean...
What?
Nothing.
Sorry,
Nothing.
what was that?
Totally not vampires, no.
Oh,
No.
The final battle. A month ago, battle was averted, but that battle cannot be postponed forever. The grandees and counts... Whoops.
The grandees and counts are all that stands between the chiefs and the capital. A final battle deciding the fate of the kingdom. I'll send word to the counts that it's time to strike. We can only hope they listen to our orders, Your Majesty.
Remember,
Oh, up
if you
to us
help
now.
them,
Send the joint forces of the counts and grandees to fight the rebels, or hang back and let the chiefs march on the capital without challenge.
remember, if you knock us out, he's gonna win.
That's not true. They're both on their final thing, I think.
No, we're on our second.
Oh.
Yellow's
No, on the
that.
second. Yeah, and
And I, as of yet, do not
You're
know what I
closest.
need to do to get to win. I might
Stability.
need stability of 10. You know?
I don't know.
Florabella might be at work. Oh, no,
And it
it's a
wouldn't be
holiday. She wouldn't be
anyway.
at work today. All right, I'll give it...
She's probably taking D-Shine to task for voting to torture her.
I'll give it 10 more seconds. Summon Godzilla? Oh my god. This game is fascinating!
you honestly thought he wasn't going to do that? I knew that was
Motherfucker.
coming.
It's funny because he
Oh.
warned you too.
That's funny. Summon Godzilla, yeah. Huh? Burn! Do the counts obey orders? Yes. When she finally returns, she strides into your throne room with a triumphant gleam in her eyes.
I like that.
All of these options do the same thing. Marshal, report.
We caught the chiefs by surprise as they were fording a river. Classic pincer movement. The counts attacked from one side and the grandees charged in from the other. You should have seen it! The river ran red that day. The counts got a little excited. An utter slaughter.
Authority is now dubious. Loyal. Wow, that was the final battle. That just went all the way up to 5. Okay. And the Norse military is now capable. Oh boy.
Only went down by 2.
I can't shake the feeling that we've missed something. This calls for a glass of wine. No, but I can't shake the feeling that we've missed something.
No need to fret, Your Majesty.
I
Surely
don't
the
believe
other
you.
people will not rebel. I don't think the chiefs have much fight left in them. All that's left is mopping up.
Well, no one else can rebel right now because... Yeah, Defiance...
Actually, Yellow can rebel.
No, they cannot. I have higher stability than they do, Defiance.
Oh, I see.
Alright, end season. Oh, the auction! Alright, once again.
We
Exclamation
want to
point...
lower stability.
Exclamation point fund. Pick which building you want to fund, and then type the amount you want to use to
Purple,
fund the
we
building.
want D.
That being said, I believe... Oh, no. Where the chief... Oh, they're still in rebellion, I see. Okay, start auction. Here we go. Yellow has no money. Oh, no. It's basically whatever purple and blue want, or is it just whatever purple wants? Because blue is in rebellion, do they get to do this? Oh, they do, apparently.
Check it. Yep, I do. It's just a drop, you know?
You have met your farming requirement, so you don't have to worry about that anymore, I don't think.
No, that was for blue.
Yeah.
I was trying to raise our military too, but people went for gung ho for the aqueduct.
The loyalists are winning the rebellion. The rebels are crumbling. So they're still okay.
You
Uh-huh.
have to end the season.
The wars end.
The rebel army has crumbled. I've ordered a massive push into their lands, looting and pillaging the whole way. As we speak, Your Majesty, our armies are laying siege to Chief Ripper 78904's fortress.
Yay!
Our trebuchets are fixed. It is a glorious day.
It sounds suspiciously like we've won.
All that remains are the formalities of victory, Your Majesty.
Victory! We did it! The marshal rides back out to oversee the siege. A few days later, you receive word that Chief Ripper 78904's castle has fallen, and just like that, the rebellion is over. Soon the armies of the grandees and the counts are parading through the city, waving their banners and showing off their loot. Trade has gone up for the south and for the east. The south and the east have both gained wealth. There y'all go. Very nice. Meanwhile, Chief Ripper 78904, the leader of the rebellion, is brought to you in chains. Common folk crowd into the palace to watch the trial. We fought with honor. Our ancestors smile on us for resisting your tyranny. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, this increases both?
All of these are the same.
They're the
So
same.
it's a flavor.
But is the amount the same? If I let him go with a warning, would that lower the defiance by, say, 6 points? But if I kill him, would that lower the defiance by, say, 3? You know? Look, hear me out. I can make a case.
They were in open rebellion. And you want to let him go?
I want to be remembered as a peacekeeper. I wasn't going to kill the kid. And I gave mercy.
It's true. He did to Flora. You want to be a peacekeeper, King, is a fool.
Throw him in the dungeon with Psyduck. And the book wall. Stiff-backed and silent, Chief Ripper 78904 is dragged to your oubliette. They are thrown into the darkness to reflect on their treachery.
Are we getting Chief Ripper the Second?
Whoa!
Ripper the Second has joined.
And just like that, the
Whoa.
North is defeated, the rebellion is over, the kingdom is yours again. Chief Ripper 78904 has been imprisoned. Ripper 78904 the second has joined the council. Defiance is now cordial. The military is now weak. The East Defiance is now loyal, and the South Defiance is now loyal. Damn! As you sit resplendent atop your throne, the common folk raise a mighty cheer. Long live the king! They shout, long live the king!
Stability. See, maybe y'all should have just, like, let it go through, because it's looking like a stable kingdom here.
Oh, what? That boat just appeared. What did that mean?
I mean, we're rich, so.
End season. Valter's chosen. Far to the north, an ancient ceremony in a smoky clan hall reaches a fever pitch. Sven, the chief's claimant, sits atop a throne of bones, surrounded by god speakers chanting in a foreign tongue.
Forgotten.
Oh, forgotten. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thus, with Morgana as my witness, fuck.
I hereby crown you as
crown
the king in the north, the Lord Render, and you. It went by. Glory to the Lord Render, chosen of Valtor. Glory to Morgana and the north.
You and buttons.
Hey, a new follower! Thank you so much, Cernpy, for the follow. Welcome. I am a Filthy Casual Plays. I usually play permadeath games rather poorly. This time, I'm trying this game out for the first time, and it's been a blast. You got rid of me. Now winter's worse. Cut the head off when another comes in.
You're just imprisoned.
Oh, God
You may
wills
be
it.
released later.
The assembled chiefs roar in chorus with each other. Steins are smashed against one another in celebration.
Now we must bring down the false king in the south and fulfill the prophecy. The only question is how.
Lure the
Ooh,
king to the
okay.
north and sacrifice him in a pagan ritual?
I feel like
lower own
voting
defiance.
A is the easiest. Lowering our own defiance, or no wait.
Come on.
Yeah,
Goats.
I feel like
But goats.
I'm gonna vote A. I feel like A is gonna be the most interesting to try.
But goats.
But darling.
That's the
But
majority.
blood.
Voting has closed.
Praise à toi.
Praise
à
Atua.
toi.
Lure the king to the north and sacrifice him.
I mean, I this would be a funny thing to witness.
So it is destined. So it will be. Spread the
No.
Spread the word to all of Morgana's children. The throne breaker has risen, and the false king will die. I saw fall, and I was gonna go for die and
Well,
doll.
I think Blue's gonna win.
But first, we drink in honor of the gods. More cheers erupt throughout the clan hall. Come morning, there will be a lot of work to do. For the final stage of their scheme, the chiefs must keep their defiance at 1 or less for 1 full season.
Okay, we need to raise their defiance. And
Tearing
lower
the
stability.
A pair of counts face each other in silence. A code word is exchanged. They speak of their latest schemes.
What happened? The kingdom was meant to be a whirlpool of chaos by now.
It's more like a whirlpool of smiles and hugs. No demon will come anywhere near it. The count's aim is to lower stability to 4 or less. This is so interesting. Oh! There we go! Problem solved! Let's take a look over here.
That's hilarious. Hang on a minute. We fought for you.
I'm redistributing the wealth a little bit. The grand.
No.
All right, we'll keep it like this. It's fine.
You don't have enough money in your treasury to throw around a bribe anyway.
I do by taxing you guys like horrifically.
I
Don't
feel
you
like you've
do
wronged
it.
the blues a lot. Like,
No, look, your treasury. Do that again. Your treasury after tax right now is 1,500.
Right.
Your treasury after tax is 1,000.
Which means I'll gain 100.
You end up with less.
I'll gain 100. But I'll gain 100.
But if you do it regularly, you'll gain more.
But I'll get. Well, yeah, but they're so poor. They sacrificed so much for that war.
Well, don't punish us for it. We fought. We killed off the rebellion for you.
For the war.
All right, that's fine. We'll keep it like this. Confirm tax. All right, great. Okay, so defiance has been fixed. We're good here. Oh God, an eerie feeling. I am most pleased with the new aqueduct we built on my land, but the farmers believe the aqueduct is cursed. They refuse to use its water on their crops. Why in the seven hells do they believe that? Oh, because we summoned a demon here last week, obviously.
No, of course not.
Nobody knows. They just say it gives them a creepy feeling. What should we do? Have the High Inquisitor perform an exorcism? Oh, fuck, that faith is awful. Paint puppies and clowns all over the aqueduct to make it less creepy?
No, thank you.
Order the farmers to stop complaining. Raise the aqueduct to the ground. Alright, I'm going to veto.
I don't know. None of these look good.
Actually, hang on. Okay, so everyone gets to vote on this. Yeah, I'm going to veto this one. Alright, y'all, have fun with it. Everyone gets to vote for this one.
We don't need the farming anymore, but chaos leads me to C.
Chaos leads me to C. Here we go. Alright, order the farmers to cut that shit out. You order the farmers to overcome their superstitions and get back to work. Grumbling, they do so. Thank you, Sage Carlos, for letting me know. The Frozen Waste. This is totally just Game of Thrones. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're in Westeros. There's Dorne.
Oh my god, this is hilarious. Your ambition. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be a peacekeeper. You have gone to war. Fucking what? Oh man. No! You succeeded on that front. The kingdom is peaceful, and you're renowned for your mercy and wisdom. Well done, your majesty.
Really?
But to shut down your noble scheming for good, we need to build on that reputation. Your advisors have some ideas. The common folk are a sleeping giant that even the nobles are afraid to wake. If you become beloved by the peasants, the nobles won't dare overthrow you for fear of revolution. My advice, on the other hand, would be to infiltrate each region with loyal spies, defeat their schemes with schemes of our own, but the Chancellor has other ideas. Stability in trade. Trade is pretty good. Become beloved by the stability in farming. 10, 15, 10, 15. Okay, so it's about the same. Interesting. I would rather be beloved by the common folk. A wise decision, your majesty. I'll begin recruiting town criers to shout about your achievements to the masses. But first, you need some actual achievements. Your priority is to raise the kingdom's stability and overall farming as much as you can. And of course, there can't be open rebellion among the nobles. Of course not. Pushing for change. Change? After a particularly long session at the council, Hild comes to find you in your chambers.
I'd hate to stand up and talk to all those people the way you do. You're like so brave and stuff. Brave enough to have children outside of our marriage. When they argue like that, my heart just sinks. I wish they'd pull together more.
I know exactly what you mean. I would also like them to pull together.
I was thinking, what if we did something to make things better?
Oh.
I want to teach the peasants to read. Imagine what the kingdom would be like with schools for ordinary people.
The closest thing to a barbarian queen is asking for schools? Let's fucking go.
Yeah, babe, let's do it.
You need to
Absolutely make it happen.
we'll need to be careful with the budget.
What does your trade need to be?
I don't know.
Farming. You need farming. You need farming and stability.
Yeah, but it never told me how high it has to be. I would love to do this one, but I'm too poor. Look, I'm down for it, but this is all I can afford right now.
Well, I guess we can do whatever we can, cheapskate. Thank you, Caz. With you at my back, the nobles surely won't argue against our plans.
Surely.
Oh, I kiss your cheek.
Aw. Okay, and I should have gone for schemes. That would have been very beneficial. Oh man. Okay. I guess that's the end of the season. By royal decree, we can tweak the laws. Okay. Reverse voting. I kind of like what I've got. We're gonna end year the way it is. The blood oath. Oh, that can't be good.
Well, we are at a 1 of defiance.
Your Majesty, most exciting news today. The Northern Chiefs have been most obeisant since their failed rebellion. It seems they're now ready to turn a new leaf. They've invited you to sign an accord of friendship and witness their commitment of unwavering loyalty in a special ceremony. Some kind of northern custom involving a blood oath. Hey, is this necessary? A letter of fealty would have sufficed. Your Majesty,
I think that's it.
If I may disagree, Northerners take their traditions very seriously. Entertain them for a short while and you'll gain a valuable ally. I've taken the liberty of arranging the trip. Chief Amalthea Winter and Queen Consort Hild were most helpful with the preparations. But it's so cold up there! Indeed. Don't forget to pack your best coat, Your Highness. We couldn't do with you catching frostbite. You'll be leaving at the end of the week. I didn't see any reason for delay. Before you head north, however, you make sure to check in with Hild.
Watch, they don't sacrifice you to crazy pagan ritual. But seriously, enjoy my homeland and say hi to my family if you see them, dear.
GG Blue.
I'm worried it might be some kind of trap.
A trap? Don't be silly, love. Love. If we had love, we'd have a child together. If the Chiefs didn't like you, they'd tell you to your face. Trust me. Well, I feel like them rebelling was a big "I don't like you" to his
right?
No, that was a hint.
I feel like that was like a big hint. Bring me a souvenir, maybe. I would really love. Wait, I could really do with a new winter coat, and the ones down here are just like not the same.
The journey north is long and arduous. After your carriage gets stuck in the mud a third time in as many days, you wonder if maybe you should have diverted more funds to northern infrastructure.
Such a pleasure to see you, Your Greatness. I hope the ride wasn't too difficult. How are you finding the north so far?
It's rubbish! Though she tries to hide it, her face twitches in annoyance, then she forces a laugh.
Your Highness, allow us to change your mind. We've got food and drink laid out for you. Some of the North's best meals. Do tuck in.
The food is pretty good, and the music's not bad either. Though you're not sure what the bard is singing about half the time. Alright, the food's delicious. It's not pickled herring.
Greatest thanks, Your Highness, especially after the fish fiasco. We do pride ourselves on a good feast here in the North. Just wait until after the ceremony. That's where the real fun begins.
I don't like it.
Everybody say a prayer for our beloved king.
God, why do my nuns have to be dead? Almost as soon as you polish off your meal, Chief Amalthea Winter summons you out into the cold.
Should have gone with the poets with swords.
You find a massive chief circling a gigantic barren oak tree in the distance. A northern god speaker chants a deep droning incantation in a language you don't understand. How delightfully rustic. Chief Amalthea Winter fails to conceal a frown.
Aye, exactly. Now, if you just stand below the tree, please. Yes, thank you, that's it.
You stand beneath the tree beside the chanting god speaker. You spot a dagger in her hand, but no sign of a goat or a cow or any other sacrificial creature.
Alright, now then, chiefs of the north, it is time to take your oath. Do you all swear your fealty to the one true king from now until your dying breath?
One true king, but not saying who.
The chiefs respond with raucous shouts of approval. By the old gods, I do!
Both of these are good.
I could get used to this.
Then raise your axes with me, siblings, and let us bear witness to the start of a new age. The Lord Render, chosen of Valtor, will now be bathed in the blood of the Pretender. I think you forgot the goat.
Wait, what? Just then the god speaker grapples you from behind. As her knife kisses your throat, you try to shout, only a gurgle comes out. The chiefs cheer in unison as you collapse to the ground, traitorous scoundrels.
Yeah.
Just as you're on the edge of consciousness, Sven, the chosen of Valtor, ambles up to you, kneeling over your body. The king is dead! Long live the king! God damn it!
GG!
Oh, this was awesome.
As Sven bathed in King Caz's blood, a bolt of lightning struck the sacred oak, splitting it in two. It was a sign from the old gods. The Lord Render had risen. Rushing to complete the scheme, the counts attempted their blood ritual too early. The summoned demon escaped their control and slaughtered dozens, including Violetta and Countdown Rebel 147.
Hey, I didn't die.
The Grandees prayed and prayed for a miracle to place Xavier in his rightful place on the throne, but no miracle came. Sven the Lord Render marched south at the head of an army. Valtor was with him. The throne was seized by force, and the power of the old gods could never be denied again. What did I say?
Fourth.
May the fourth be with you.
You made it for 3 years.
I made it for 3 years.
That's not bad. A couple only
team.
made it. Lady Jane Grey made it for like 2 weeks.
Fucking A.
Hell yeah, you
Anne
were,
Boleyn was
Ripper.
a little over a year.
You may now continue a game. Completed games will create new saves where you can continue the story of your dynasty.
That is so cool!
Your second game will include
great.
dynasty events, which continue the story of previous events.
Woo!
Your nobles will return to their previous regions and keep their wealth.
Yes!
Nice!
You can also export your saved games for other players to import and play on the Continue Dynasty screen. We store these on our server, so there's no need for copy-paste.
That is
that's awesome!
Dude, this is a $5 game.
This is a $5 game!